Okay, so now that you've completed discovery, it's time to pull all that information into a plan. The elements of trust which makes up the planning section of our session framework are strategy and technology. Now consider the information gathered during discovery. Things like traction tactics to be used, students' learning strengths, students' learning weaknesses, tasks that the student struggles with, and tasks that the student excels with. Begin by choosing a task you want to support your student with. Now, based on your understanding of the student's learning strengths, choose a learning strategy which best leverages those strengths. Next is technology. Pull in technology which is in line with those students' strengths. Be sure that these students' strengths are engaged so that you can leverage them in actioning out that learning strategy. For instance, if you have identified during discovery that your students' learning strengths are learning in a visual and auditory means, and a task that they struggle with is comprehension, choose a learning strategy which incorporates both auditory and visual components. Something such as SQ4R will do this. Now ensure that you are actioning this strategy with both visual and audio technology, such as highlighters and text-to-speech. Now the final step is to integrate and pull in your traction tactics. Now that you have an entire plan, it's on to the coaching phase of our session framework. Simply execute your plan and begin coaching. Now, while coaching, keep in mind engagement tactics. You want to be sure that you're engaging your student completely at all times, and some tactics to do this are things like session cadence. Session cadence is the speed you're introducing new information. This can be used very effectively to keep the interest levels of your students high and to avoid frustrations. Too much information too quickly and a student will get overwhelmed, then frustrated, then shut down. Now, too little information and a student will get bored. Also consider chunking. That is how you group learning together. Again, some students are in need of a large chunk of information in learning together, while other students may need littler chunks. And finally, connections. Always be tying everything that you are doing back to real-world applications. We are needing our students to use their strategies when we are not with them. The only way that this will happen is if they have a keen understanding as to how to apply these strategies in their world. Do this and you will allow them to become more independent with their learning and more confident. Let's recap. Your discovery turns into your plan. Your plan turns into your coaching. While coaching, alongside traction tactics, utilize engagement tactics such as cadence, chunking, and real-world connections. See you in the next one.